Well, we finished September off on a green note, small green day today. Hey, fellow traders, Black Coffee Trader here, coming at you on September the 30th, last day of the month, last day of the quarter, and now we enter into Q4, and hopefully this market starts to change because the last couple of days I have not been a fan. I mean, honestly, it's been, I could almost go back a week. I have not been a big fan, but today took two trades. Both on the Russell, and the first one was a losing trade here this morning. Took a long on a break and retest long, following my revised rules, if you will, on taking my entries, and I literally picked the top. I mean, it looks stupid now in hindsight, but this looked like it was going to push, and this candle was pushing higher. We took the entry there on that momentum, and we ultimately failed. So I mean, it ended up being a $50 loss, which is fine. So it's not a big deal. But I was just wrong. And then the winning trade came here in the afternoon around 2 o'clock on a hold of this area here around the 2430 range. Also have the daily 20 SMA sitting here, which is a big deal. The market really oftentimes likes to bounce off the daily 20. We did have a little bit of trouble here. There was a previous day high sitting here. We had the overnight low sitting here, and we had the previous day low sitting here. So there was a lot of things going on that had me a little bit concerned, but by the same token, the setup was there, and I was like, I need to take it. I need to take this trade. So anyway, took the entry here. This was the initial, was able to have a very tight stop. In fact, I only ended up risking about 1.2 points, really. I mean, it was a very, very small risk. I didn't have much drawdown at all. I took the first contract off here and added into the trade. We had a little pullback and a pushback out of it, added into the trade. And then this Russell decided to just go sideways here for probably nearly half an hour. And then we finally started to push. And after the second target and the third target were hit, I decided to trail my stop or just move my stop up to this level right here. Move my stop right there, and wouldn't you know it, I got ticked right there, and this continued. My last target had been somewhere right in here. I forget the exact spot I had it set, but we got there. So I am a little bit sad that I micromanaged this trade, and this is something that I need to work on. When we are in a strong move, I need to leave my targets where they are and just let the trades work. I mean, there was no reason I couldn't have left my stop sitting here at the last entry and just protected it. I already had 3 contracts off. I was in profit. If it stopped me out, it was going to be fine. I would have went from a $90 trade to maybe a $70 trade or whatever. It's a $60 trade, no biggie. It's not like we had a monster trade going on that I really needed to protect. And so, this really would have been a better spot too, as we retested the prior day low here, the blue line, to add to this trade for this continuation. So a little bit of mismanagement on my part, but it was a winning trade. It was a nice winning trade, and we took our accounts from being negative 50 or down about 1,000 to being plus about 40 per account, $35 or so per account. So after commissions, we did end up with a little bit of a green day. So feels good. Feels good to end the day green. And the other thing too, and end the month green, I should say. This morning, as the NASDAQ was doing this little dance, this I was not a fan of at all. When I saw this, and this really occurred pretty much after that initial trade I took, I decided I'm just going to walk away. I actually shut down the charts from about, close to 11 when Trump started talking until around 1 o'clock. It was around 1 o'clock until I looked at the charts again. I just decided, you know what, this is crazy. I'm going to see if something sets up in the afternoon. I'm not going to continue to chase this. This is really what does me wrong often. And yesterday that happened. I traded in that chop where we just had a slow moving, sideways day, and it doesn't work. So thankfully I was able to, not try to participate all day and wait until later in the afternoon. I mean, ES had a similar, very, very similar thing going on here in the morning. Just, very much just nothing. I mean, this is junk, absolute junk. For me it is. So I did notice that I missed a really nice trade on the Dow Jones. This is a hold of the prior day low. This happened around midday, around 1 o'clock. Yeah, maybe it was in the afternoon. I did. Okay, no, I'm talking about this one. Sorry, I misspoke a little bit. This is the one I maybe should have taken. This is the one I took on the Russell, but the same setup occurred on the Dow Jones. So I could have almost went in with, a couple of contracts on the Dow, a couple of contracts on the Russell. Would have had a really nice trade, but this is the one I missed. So we had a kind of a sloppy hold of the prior day low here, and here we had that VWAP crossed I talked about on my video Saturday. And we pushed out of there, we retested it, and there was the spot to take the entry. That would have ended up with a really nice trade, pretty much a rocket move all the way up here to the high of the overnight high. And then we fell back down, and this is what set up that next trade on the Russell. And really all the markets did this. So anyway, we capitalized on it, and we're happy with it. A little bit sad that we didn't catch the full move. I mean, I probably left another $30 per account on the table, which is another $600 basically, or $500-600. So could have been better, but it was a good trade. So we're happy with that. Let's take a look at TradeZilla, kind of rounding out the day, the month. So today, up 650, 50% win rate, 2 trades. I feel a lot better about that. The last few days, about probably the last week, I felt like I've overtraded a little bit. But 50% win rate, 1.6 average winner. The winning trade today was $89, $88. The losing trade was 54 after commission, so 1.6 is good. And unfortunately, we are, we did end up losing a little bit of money this month, about $2,200. And really, you can point that to this big red day from a week ago, Monday, and yesterday's red day, which is not a horrible red day, but those were the two that were really costly. I mean, there was really out of the red days I had this month. Let's just go to the monthly stats. It might be easier to just look at some things. So let's go to, not this week. Let's go to this month. So on the month, we're down 2,200, 38% win rate, 1.5 average win to loss, which is not bad. I would like it a little bit higher than that. I like it when it's more in the 2 range. Really, the thing that needs work is this. I need to improve the win rate, which again, going back to Saturday's video, improving or making some tweaks on my setups to ensure that I typically get into better trades is very helpful. I could talk about that on just the entry today on the Russell. I mean, I was very, very patient waiting for all of the little criteria to line up so I could get into the trade. But anyway, so if you look at the day win rate, almost 62% of the days were winning days. I had more wins than losses. 13 winning days of the month and 8 losers. But out of the 8 losers, we had a $2,300 loss, we had a $4,900 almost loss, and we had a $3,200 loss. So those are the ones we need to work on. The next one would be a $1,600 here. That's not that bad. More concerned about these bigger ones. And on the winning side, I mean, we had almost a $3,000 day here. And then we had a $2,400 day, we had a $1,900 day. So the point really is a couple of these were bigger than the bigger winning days, and that's what I need to work on. And really, if I improve this trade win percentage, is definitely going to make a difference there. So I need to be a little bit more careful with the entries and find trades like I did here in the afternoon today. So. On the week, we're down $2,600, and we've got 3 days left, obviously the first 3 days of October. So I feel very confident that we can get back to green on the week. We can make back the loss that we had yesterday. That was basically, matter of fact, let's just jump into the week on that Excel sheet, and we'll just kind of take a look at that. So on the week, we're down about 140 per account. On the Tradeify or the take profit account, it's only 119 because of better commission rate, but basically long and the short of it is around $140 per account is what we're down after yesterday's red day and then a small little green day today. So we got 3 more days. We can hopefully bounce back and get ourselves back into green. So that is that. Going back to the charts, the thing that, again, for talking about the entry and the setup, oftentimes in the past, I would have recognized this. Matter of fact, I was actually looking for a short. I was looking for this as a possible short, and we didn't get that short setup that I wanted where we're testing. We did test this 9 and 21 EMA. We tested it a couple times. Here we tested it, here we tested it, but we really didn't get the flush out of it, and it wasn't breaking down. So I was really, I'm happy with these extra, the rules that I set in place where I want to see this test in a flush and then continue, then get into the trade, or on a reversal like this where we get a hold. I'm looking for this VWAP cross to happen. I'm looking for, or not VWAP cross, I'm looking for this EMA cross to happen. And once this happens and we push out, I want to see a retest of the 921 and then take the entry. And my back testing just showed that this has got a very high win rate. I was really second guessing myself when we were in this sideways trend here. But I just left the stop here, and I mean, this was after the add-in, so my stop goes to the initial entry to protect risks. I don't lose very much, and I just held. I just let the trade sit. I didn't do anything with the stop, and unfortunately,
order canceled. Order canceled.
I must have had some orders. I've got two evals that I've been trading. I must have had some orders sitting because I see here orders filled or orders whatever because it's 5 o'clock. But anyway. Going back to what I was talking about, I wish I would have been more patient up here and not moved the stop. I could have gotten a little bit more out of that trade. But again, there's always things to improve on. But, you know, being patient and not jumping in, you know, here, yeah, maybe it cost me a little bit. But the way that I've got this set up where I want this cross to happen, I want a test of the 921 EMA and then take my entry. It just proves that the odds of a successful trade go up, which is why I'm doing it that way. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I do not want to forget to remind you guys that right here you see the banner pop up. The 80% off Apex sale is ending tonight, and $85 activation fees. I was actually hoping I could get at least one of the accounts passed. I got one account up to $2,000 in profit, so I'm about $1,000 away from passing that one, unfortunately, but so be it. But anyway, that sale is ending tonight, so if you need Apex accounts, use code BCT or use someone's code and take advantage of that 80% off deal. That is a good deal on Apex, and again, just want to say thank you for using my code, those of you that do. And again, Take Profit deal is still running. That is a great promotion. I actually have a couple of accounts rebilling tonight, so I'm going to be trying to add to my Take Profit arsenal. I have reset those accounts once, so this will be the second time. I'm not happy about that, but I do want to get to 5 funded Take Profit accounts. So anyway, that deal is going on as well, the 40% off and no activation fee, which is a really nice deal as well. So again, just thank you. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. It does help me out a little bit. It's not like I'm getting rich by any stretch of the imagination, but it helps me pay for some evals, and I appreciate the support. So again, hope you guys had a good day today. Thanks for following along. Appreciate you all, and I guess we'll catch up with you in October, which would be tomorrow. So take care. We'll catch up with you on the next one. So long.